it going, everyone? I wanted to do a video about my Bad Cat Unicorn 204 Pro Series guitar. Full disclosure right from the beginning, I am endorsed by Bad Cat and I endorse their products. And I did this because I was actually purchasing some Bad Cats and I really like them, and they were really good with keeping in touch, answering questions. Their quality control was amazing. So we worked out an endorsement deal, and that's great for me. So this was the first guitar that I was sent by them, and it's a wonderful guitar. I see a lot of reviewers on YouTube that get guitars like this, and even this guitar in particular, and kind of nitpick it apart and do all those things. And they're not really players. They're more looking for everything that could possibly be wrong with something. And if you look for that, you're probably going to find it. I can assure you that I can pull an $8,000 guitar off the rack and I'm going to find a flaw in there somewhere if I'm looking hard enough. It's a guitar. It's wood and wire. And this retails for about $365, I think. So let's get to that first. Bad Cat is a legitimate guitar company. They're based out of Melbourne, Australia. They have US distribution, so getting the guitars are very easy. They have Amazon shops and everything else. I think I got this guitar in about 2 days. They're not a Chipson, they're not a fake Gibson, they're not a knockoff, they're not a practice guitar, beginner guitar, all those words you hear flying around about a guitar that is in a lower price range. It's none of those things. This guitar is as well crafted, well made, and plays as well as any guitar that would be considered a high-end guitar, and I own a few high-end guitars, and this stands up to them without any problem. So to the specs, you've got the Bad Cat abalone inlay right there at the top. You've got the Grover style tuners right up there. You can see that. So the neck, it's the binding, if you can see the binding, really nice binding on both sides of the neck. It's a maple neck, rosewood fingerboard, bone nut. The frets are medium jumbos, and they are titanium alloy frets. So they're not the soft nickel silver alloy frets that come standard on most guitars. They're not stainless steel, so they're not quite as hard as stainless steel. They're like just right below that type of hardness, but you'll get a lot of durability and a lot of life out of these things. So fret job is, probably going to be pretty far into the future with these. Typical maple cap, one-piece mahogany back. Pickups are Alnico 5 pickups that they make. Humbucker, obviously, with a bridge and neck. 2-volume, 2-tone, 3-way switch. And yes, it's a classic Les Paul shape. Beautiful burst. I don't like the words knockoff, beginner guitar, the whole thing like I was saying earlier. Yes, this is a classic shape, but every single guitar company that I can think of right off the top of my head that's not Gibson or Fender uses the Gibson and Fender classic shapes, whether it's Stratocaster, Les Paul, SG, Telecaster, Flying V, Explorer, all of those. So if you're going to use that rationale, then any guitar that's not a Gibson or a Fender is a knockoff. That's the way I look at it. So it's not a knockoff. It's a fantastic representation of a classic shape. With any guitar that I pull off the rack or out of a box, no matter the price range, whether it's a high end or what's considered a lower end, I have to do a personalized setup, and that's what you do, I've never had anything of any quality come out of the box or off the rack that was perfectly set up to the way that I wanted it. So the first thing that I did with this guitar was put my preferred gauge strings on. I do the through the stop bar, in and over. That's my preferred way of doing it. It saves my string breakage. I never break strings. Typical saddle on it here. It stays perfectly in tune. So like I said, I would put my strings on. I'd give the intonation a slight adjustment, just ever so slightly. It was almost in. And the neck, I gave maybe a quarter turn on the truss rod, and that was it. Played perfectly. Intonation is in. And it's just a wonderful playing guitar, and I play it all the time. So check out Bad Cat. It's badcatinstruments.com. And while you're at it, check out my stuff. It's joedcarpenter.bandcamp.com. And Instagram, it's Joe D. Carpenter, Mean Joe Carpenter, I think. And don't let the naysayers sway you from giving this company a try, because it's really quality and it doesn't break your wallet. That being said, I'm going to put in the description some links to me actually playing this thing quite a bit, and check it out. And I hope that you guys will grab one of these beauties, man, because like I said, I really love them. So take care of yourselves, and see you later.